Welcome back. So in the previous video, we have been discussed about the what are the parameters that may cause about the wear of the tool, and we have been discussed. So like we have been discussed about the what might be the major factors that is affecting, that is about the chemical reaction or the plastic deformation or the adhesion or the abrasion. So based on this adhesion and uh, chemical reaction, so these are some of the major factors that is affecting the wear of the tool, where the tool will takes place during the machining process. So now we're going to see about the Taylor's life equation and factors affecting the cutting tool life. In this video, mainly we're going to see about the Taylor's tool life equation, how it has been derived in a equation in order for the tool life, and the factors affecting the majorly, what are the major factors that is affecting the cutting tool life. Yes. So the major the Taylor's tool life equation is, so the tool life is defined as the length of the cutting time that the tool can be used between the two successive grindings. So mainly how we can able to define the Taylor's life Taylor's tool life equation, what the Taylor has been derived is, the tool life is defined as the length of cutting time. What how much amount or how much length of the cutting time that can able to be takes place, that the tool can be used between two successive grindings. See, when we are going to use the make any grinding is whenever we are going to use the, or the tip of the tool starts getting wear or starts getting breakage because of some abrasive particles, automatically what we're going to do is we're going to do a grinding process. So again, when we are making a grinding process, so we can able to make the edges sharp of removing that excess material, what the chip formation which is there. So we're going to remove in the form of grinding. Again, the tool can be used. So the tool life is defined as the length of cutting time that the tool can be used between two successive grindings. See how the tool life can be defined is, so between what is the exact cutting time has been taken place whenever we are going to make any two successive grindings, in between of first grinding and second grinding, how much the length of the cutting time that produces, that is how the tool life can be defined. So based on this two successive, that is two times of grinding process, what the cutting time it has been taken for the tool for each grinding process, so based on that the tool life can be defined. So this many hours or this much of machining process, the tool can be removed by using this tool. We can able to calculate by this two successive grindings. So this is how the Taylor's tool equation has been classified. So in a classic study, that is F.W. Taylor on the machining of steels, that is he has conducted in a research in the early 1819. So the following approximate relation for the tool life, that is known as what we have been discussed or what we have been derived, that is as in a Taylor's tool life equation was established. So the mainly the Taylor's tool equation was Vt, that is n will be equal to C. So this is what the Taylor equation that has been derived, that is Vtn will be equal to C, where V will be equal to, that is nothing but a cutting speed, and the T is the tool life, and the C is a machining constant. So based on this relation only he has been derived, that is the cutting Taylor's tool life equation. So mainly how we can able to find out the tool life is, that is nothing but a two successive grinding machining process between two successive grindings, that can able to find out or that can able to identify the tool life. So coming to the next, so the parameters which have been parameters whose values depends upon the, mainly the parameters, the values depends upon, that is the Taylor's equation also mainly depends upon the feed, depth of cut and the workpiece material, particularly the tooling material which we have been used. Based on that only the major the life of the tool will be depending. So for example, if the n, that is a criteria constant what we have been used, if the material the n when we take as an n, that is the indexing constant which is there in the Taylor's tool life. So where n, if 0.1% of for if the n, that is the indexing should be used for the high speed steels, it will be varies from, it starts from 0.1%. So similarly when you are using as in a carbide as in a tool, so it will varies from 0, that is tool indexing varies from 0.2 to 0.25, when it varies from for the each tool. For HSS it will be 0.1, and for an carbide, if you are using as in a carbide tool, 0.20 to 0.25. So the tools n will be, when if you are using as in a ceramics, automatically the tool indexing will be 0.4 to 0.55. So based on this only the tool indexing will be for calculated. That is how the FW Taylor has been derived. So even he also mentioned that the major parameters that the wear of the tool will takes place because of feed, depth of cut, and the workpiece and the tool material. So and this is how the tool indexing that is been identified for any different materials like high speed steels, carbides, and a ceramic tools. So next we're going to discuss about the factors that is affecting the cutting tool life. What are the major factors that is affecting the cutting tool life? One is cutting speed, majorly the speed. So cutting speed has a greatest influence on the tool life. Is because of the cutting speed only the more wear takes place. As the cutting speed increases, whenever we are going to increase the speed, automatically the temperature between the workpiece and tool also will start increasing. If the more heat is been concentrated between the tool and the work, then the hardness of the cutting tool changes to automatically because of the heat, which is a continuous heat which is being generated between the workpiece and the tool. Then the hardness of the cutting tool will changes, so that the relative increase in the hardness of the work also will accelerates on the abrasive action. Because of the abrasive action process only, the material will be excess material will be removed. So because of this, the criteria of the wear is dependent on the cutting speed. Because of this, automatically the crater wear and the flank wear will come into the picture. Automatically the wear will takes place because of this cutting speed. So the next is about the feed and depth of cut. Again, this is also feed and depth of cut also plays a major and important role whenever the tool wear takes place. So the tool life is influenced by the feed rate also. So with the fine feed, the area of the chipping passes over the tool. If the chipping process or the formation of the chips will takes place whenever you're going to remove the excess material, automatically the flow of chipping will have a greater effect on the tool also. So with the fine feed, the area of the chipping passes over the tool faces the greater than the coarse feed, what the feed normally we are going to give. So that also, if the volume is increased, automatically the more metal will removal takes place. So that also causes the wear of the tool whenever the chip formation is improper. So the next one is about the tool geometry. So the tool geometries, the tool life is also affected by the tool geometry. A tool with a large rack angle becomes a weak. So when it becomes a weak, when the large rack reduces to the tool cross section, when the cross section area of the rack angle reduces, automatically it absorbs the more heat. So whenever the material absorbs the more heat, then automatically the wear will takes place or wear will come into the picture. So the next major thing is about the tool material. So the tool material is physical and chemical properties of work material influence tool life by affecting form of stability and the rate of wear of the tool. So because of the physical and chemical properties of the workpiece materials, that also plays a major role for the wear of the tool. So coming to the next one is about the cutting fluid. So the cutting fluid is mainly it reduces the coefficient of friction. If the improper cutting fluids come into the, if you are using cutting fluids, so then the friction will be not there between the tool and the workpiece. If it is having an improper friction, then automatically the chip tool interface and the increase of the tool life will be reduced. If you have in a proper frictional, then automatically we can able to increases the tool life. So the next one is mainly about the machinability. So the machinability is the thing, the machinability of a material is usually defined in terms of majorly four factors. How the machinability can be defined in terms of four factors. First one is surface finish and surface integrity of the machine part. Mainly because of the machine takes place is about the surface finish and surface integrity of the machine part. Then the tool life, then the force and power required, then the level of difficulty in chip control. So these are the some of the major factors that can be machinability of the materials can be affected. First thing is whenever you want to do any machining process, normally we go for a surface finish should be very good. Then even the surface finish also should be good, and the tool life also should be greater. Again, then the force and power, what the force and power has been required. Then the level of difficulty, what the level of difficulty in the chip flow control. So these are the some of the major four parameters that causes the or that affects on the machinability. So these are the some of the factors that is major factors that is affecting on the tool life. And the machinability index also. So because of this machinability index also, it is used for comparing the machinability for various materials like lower carbon steels, brass, and